please listen to the whole thing. This is a long one. Okay, we know many rapes have been committed. Now, you cannot say that the percentage, for example, if there are 100 rapes committed this week and one of them is committed by an immigrant, but immigrants consist of 5% of our population, that means that immigrants are a lot better behaved than the native population, because that's how statistics work. Secondly, we don't record a great deal about ethnicity and how people got here in a lot of crime statistics, so you can't say that either. You can't look at the crime statistics and work it out. Now, one thing that a lot of people do, and this is where it is definitely racist, is they use their eyeballs. And when they use their eyeballs, they look at somebody who, for example, has got dark hair, brown eyes, and either brown skin or is very swarthy, and they will say, but that person is an immigrant. Well, we've had people from all over the world coming here for a long time. And a lot of these brown people that you will see that being told they're immigrants and they shouldn't be here, maybe second, third, fourth, I don't know, generation people. Just because somebody's got brown skin and they go to a mosque, it doesn't mean they're not British, they're not English. Their grandparents could have come here. I mean, their great-grandparents could come. My grandmother, I've got a photo somewhere of my grandmother with a good friend of hers before the war, who was Indian. So, you can't use your eyeball to determine. Most immigrants to this country come on pre-arranged visas. They're either students, they're here for 3 years and they go away again, and students commit crime. Sure, they do. There was a student recently who was doing a load of rapes, wasn't they? Or they come to work in the NHS on pre-arranged work visa. That is most immigrants by a long whack. We need those people to work in our system. Without them, the system would fall to bits. Irregular immigrants, people who come off trafficked over, comprise less than 5% of the immigrants that are here. Now, we don't know how many of that 5% are responsible for what percentage of crime and what sort of crime. Now, we do know that there are criminal gangs who operate in this country, and they're not coming over in boats. They're usually the people operating the bloody boats and trafficking people into human slavery. And sure, we want to get rid of those people. These are not good people. These are horrible people. We want rid of them. We've got to get rid of them. But those people aren't drowning themselves coming across the channel in a boat. Of course they're not. They're the people getting the money for it. But we don't have you don't have the information to extrapolate who is what. And you cannot eyeball somebody and determine their migration status or their ethnicity just by looking at them. You make assumptions, and that's where the problem is. But what we do know is that sexual assaults, abuse, and all the rest of it happens more with white people, because this country is mostly white people. And even if it doesn't, there are other factors in play. For example, in America, they're always very happy to try and tell you that black people create more crime. Well, no, not a lot of people. Because what you don't see from a lot of those statistics, and certainly this was a thing in the 90s, but I'm going to be a bit wary now, but was that poverty is a bigger indicator of whether somebody was going to resort to crime than the colour of their skin or where they come from. So if you're keeping people who have been brutalised by war and are desperately poor in poverty, then they're more likely to commit crime. It's not to do with their ethnicity, it's to do with the poverty. So making statements like that is not helpful, because it doesn't solve anything. Statements like that are only useful if they help solve something. And what we need to do is not worry about what colour skin you think somebody's got, or whether or not that you think they're legal. Perhaps try to get rid of the bloody criminal gangs that are putting all of us, migrants or whatever, asylum seekers, migrants, you, me, everybody, at risk. It's those criminal gangs that we want to get rid of. And if we stop the criminal gangs, the people traffickers, then everybody will be a lot safer.